Hi again. I've been getting a lot of questions about interviewing over Zoom, and I already filmed a clip for what men should be wearing and how they should be groomed. And I thought I would try one for the ladies too. So, starting out with, as I said, you should always test your setup in advance. So that means doing the Zoom.us, host the meeting with video, and getting set up just like you're going to. I think you should test it in exactly what you think you'll be wearing and how your hair and makeup will be, all of that, so you can see and make corrections before being embarrassed in some way in the actual interview. So as far as grooming goes, we're well into the quarantine at this point. A lot of you may have been missing out on your hair appointments, and everybody understands that. Just try and look as neat as possible. So if that means putting your hair up, if it's very overgrown, or using a little bit more products than usual, we're just looking for neat and well-groomed. And for those of us like me who are of a certain age, I know some people have tried dyeing their own grays. I was a little nervous about that, so I got this root spray. Seems to cover okay for now. I did spray, and then I checked it on Zoom before I filmed this, and I didn't spray enough, so I had to do it again. So you should think about that. In terms of makeup, even for those of you who ordinarily don't wear makeup, the Zoom camera tends to wash you out a little bit. So if you normally don't wear any makeup at all, you might think about a little bit of powder and blush. For those of us who do wear makeup on a regular basis, keep in mind that because the Zoom washes you out a little bit, you probably need a little extra blush, a darker shade of lipstick maybe, and depending on the type of lighting you have in your room, you may need a little bit of extra powder. In terms of what to wear, you just have to be conscious of it's not what looks good when we see your whole outfit and you're standing up. It's what this amount of you looks good in. So you should certainly be wearing whatever business clothes you would wear for an in-person interview. Whatever you would wear to go to federal court or meet with your most important client, imagine yourself walking into somebody's office, shaking hands, and sitting down in that conference room or in that office, having a real interview, and that's what you should be wearing. You should just keep in mind that we're seeing this much of it. So you have to worry about neckline. If it looks more like a t-shirt than like a dress, you should think about that. You should think about making sure that nothing even approaches being too low cut, because everything is more exaggerated over the Zoom. If you think it might look low cut, it probably does. And I've noticed that solid colors are better. If you opt for a print, it should be a larger print, not something that's small and busy. For me, I've been wearing deeper shades, like this is a burgundy, or I've been wearing brighter colors like red or a bright blue, something like that. It's obviously what you have in your closet and the colors that you enjoy wearing. But as I said, you should test ahead of time. In order to look like you're dressed up fancier, you might want to go for a necklace like I usually do. I've seen people wear scarves that look very nice and very professional. Sometimes people opt to wear a jacket over their blouse or their dress so that it looks professional. You should just make sure that you test and make sure that everything, it lays the way that you think it does, that you don't have to pull something down or pin something or maybe even change outfits. So obviously this should be tested well before the start of your Zoom interview. We'll come back with some tips about fancier lighting and microphones, some tips about how to look like you're really there in the moment a little better, and then some actual questions and answers just to get accustomed to Zoom interviewing, which is a little bit different than an in-person interview, but seems like it's going to be here to stay for a while. So it's better that we all master it as much as we can. Thanks.